Hi, I'm Annie from 15 Acre Homestead, and today we are all sharing on the porch all about chickens. Julie and Shauna have really good videos for you. Kathy can't be with us this week because she's having some technical problems on her internet service, but she'll be back next week. I have included her links below though, so you guys can read her post on chickens also. My topic today is about fodder and growing fodder for chickens. Now, I don't know what you know about fodder, if you know anything at all, but in its true meaning, fodder is basically dried, coarse food that's given to any farm animal. It's meant to supplement regular feed. It's not meant as an everyday only feed. A lot of homesteaders and farmers will grow fodder in the fall and throughout the winter inside or in a greenhouse. Because when they were not able to graze or harvest out on a pasture, this way they could still get those, good nutrients that they need, supplemented, that they don't get because the grass isn't growing. Basically, it is sprouts grown in some sort of container over 3 to 7 days that's peeled out because it forms a mat, and it's given to your homestead animals. It can be grown from pretty much any seeds that grows into a healthy sprout. This could be lentils, could be radishes. A lot of people use mung beans, barley. Wheat is a really popular one, which is good for all animals. Alfalfa, oats, things like that. Basically, the seeds are placed onto a damp surface or a bin. They're watered daily, and they're allowed to grow until the roots form a mat. You don't use dirt, because obviously you don't want your animals eating dirt, although they do in the wild. You don't want to do that with fodder. There's a lot of benefits to fodder. It's very, very beneficial for your animals. It saves you money because you buy less feed, obviously. It's a supplement. It provides a lot of nutrients for your animals. Goodness, what else? It's simple. It's cost effective. It gives your animals year-round access to fresh greens, and they're loaded with chlorophyll and beta-carotene, which is, if you ever seen organic chicken eggs, their yolks tend to be very orange or much darker color. That's because of the chlorophyll and the beta-carotene that is inside of the sprouts that we grow. It also makes for more nutritious eggs. Basically, to grow your own fodder, all that you need are some trays of some sort that are about 3 to 4 inches thick. A lot of old kids have a lot of old kids' toys have those bins that look like a bookshelf, a slanted shelf, and they have those plastic trays that sit on each of those shelves. Those are perfect, except you don't want them slanted, you want them flat. Basically, what I do is I buy 5 pounds of wheat seed, which makes about 25 pounds of fodder when it's done and grown. I soak a few handfuls of seed each night in a 5-gallon bucket filled with warm water. They need to soak about 12 to 24 hours. It just allows the seeds to sprout faster. After your 12 to 24 hours is up, you take your seeds out as best as you can, drain the water out, however you need to do it. I use just a small hold strainer. And then you're just going to take those seeds and you're going to smooth them out as level and as best you can into the bottom of a tray of some sort. You can also use the heavy-duty trays that you get that hold the plants in that you see at a nursery. When you buy the flats, these are the heavy trays on the bottom. You drill a few little real tiny holes to let the water drain. Those are good too. Just make sure they're the heavy-duty ones, not the flimsy ones. So smear your seeds in the bottom of one tray. Every day, you're going to water that tray by misting it or watering it very lightly. You don't want any water to stay inside the tray. You want it to all drain out. You don't want your seeds to completely dry, but you don't want them to sit in water. There is kind of a happy medium there that you'll figure out once you start them. Anyway, you repeat this process every day for 5 to 7 days. Now, what that does is you will start a tray of seeds one day. You'll water them each day continuously until they're 4 to 6 inches tall, to where you can pull the whole mat out and feed it to your animals. The second day, you're going to start a new tray of seeds and repeat that process. The third day, you'll start a third tray, and so on. If each day you start a new tray, by the end of the week, the first tray is ready to go again, and you have a constant supply of fodder. I mist mine. I don't spray mine, so that's like probably a lot easier. You want the seeds in the mat to be about a half to a quarter inch thick of seeds when you put the seeds in. There's no exact science here. It just seems like that's what works best. General rule of thumb, you'll water the trays about 1 to 4 times a day. The seeds, like I said, should stay moist, but no standing water. When they sprout about 4 to 5 inches tall, which normally takes about 5 to 6 days average, you can peel the matted sprouts from your tray and they are ready for your animals. You can take that tray, wash it out, start again. I will tell you that fodder can be grown in much larger quantities and given to other animals such as pigs, cows, and goats. The general rule of thumb is to feed 1 to 2% of an animal's body weight. So if you have a 500-pound steer, for example, you'd need to provide about 5 to 10 pounds of fodder to that steer. And a 5-pound bag of dry wheat will produce about 25 pounds of sprouts, just to give you an idea. So wheat goes a long way. Keep in mind that fodder is healthy for your animals, but it is a supplement. That means that your animals will need to still have other types of food. Goats, for example, in particular, they still have to have hay, for roughage, which I'm sure you goat owners know. So try your hand at some fodder. I couldn't show you any examples because I don't have any chickens and I don't have any access to build anything. I do, however, have a really good link, or a really good post that I put up this week. It came out on this past Monday, called Fodder and the Benefits to Your Chickens. So you might want to check that out. In the meantime, we're going to listen to what Shauna and to what Julie has to say about their chickens and the things they do that has to do with chickens. All right, we'll see you on the porch next week. Have a good one. Bye.
Hey guys, it's Shauna. So today we're talking about chickens, and I want to talk to you specifically about chicks. Let's check them out. So these are my youngest chicks. I actually have them in a small animal cage. Works pretty good. I've got them here in my downstairs laundry room because they do make a little bit of a mess. They tend to get a little stinky. So excuse the lighting. It's a little weird with the heat lamp in here. This is one of our brand new ones. Oh! She just about fell out of my hand. So this one is actually a Cochin mix. She has little feathered feet here, if you can see that. She's much smaller than the rest, so I've been keeping her in this little box to kind of keep her a little safer from the others. And let's go out and see the older ones. So here's my older chicks. They are between 6 and 8 weeks old, fully feathered, so they can be outside, especially since it's been fairly nice out. Last couple days have been rainy and cool, but they're still doing good. They are a little crammed in this little run here. Got to move them out, but first need to integrate these ones with the rest of the flock. Now they're almost the same size as the rest of my chickens, so my rooster photobombed us there. But So they are about ready to go out with the rest of the flock. My daughter's been hesitating, but I think it's about time so that we can put those ones in here. I've only got a couple different separate coops, so got to kind of juggle them around a little bit. These ones right here are chickens. Don't know if you can see, but they have naked necks. They have no feathers on their neck, well, except for a few random ones. We've got 5 Turkins, and 2 Australites, I believe. So here real soon they're going to be integrated with our bigger chickens and turkeys that free range around my place. I've got 6 turkeys. One more thing I want to show you here real quick. Just a moment. Let's check this out. So I even have, oh, they run away from me. I even have a mama hen that hatched out a couple babies all on her own. And they have been out amongst the rest of the chickens. Haven't had great luck with doing that before, but with this group, these ones were just so excited to be mamas. We just decided to let her keep them. Got another hen. Got another hen that actually is co-parenting 2 other chicks, along with a turkey hen. Let's see if I can show you them. So this is my turkey hen that decided to sit with a chicken hen and hatch out 2 little babies. They both take turns taking care of them. And again, they're out here with the rest of the flock, and they're doing good. Do you have chickens? Have you raised any chicks? Tell us all about it.
Hi, and welcome to the Farmhouse Kitchen. I'm Julie, I'm the farm wife, and one of the things I like to make the most during these hot summer months is chicken salad. You've heard about raising chickens, you've heard about feeding chickens, you've heard about meat birds. Well, in this case, we raise our own meat birds and we make chicken salad from it. This is a very simple chicken salad I'm going to show you how to make. We use few ingredients, it's quick, it's easy. To start with, you get a chicken and you put it in a pot, a raw chicken from the store. You put it in a pot, you cover it with water, you cut up some celery, some onions, some carrots, throw in a couple of bay leaves, some seasoning. In our case, we use salt, pepper, Tony Chachere's, which is some of our favorite, and garlic powder. We put it in there, we boil it for about an hour, 2 hours, depending upon what size your chicken is. Then we turn it off, we lift the chicken out of the water, and we set it aside to cool. Save that broth. You can strain it and freeze it for other recipes later on. Once the chicken is good and cool, we peel it off of the carcass and we make chicken salad. This is what we have here. We chop up our chicken salad, and then we add onions, and this is about a half a cup. The beauty of chicken salad, you can put anything in it you want, just about. So we add about a half a cup of onions, and then we add celery. We love celery. And I'm going to tell you something, what I don't like doing is cutting up celery. So, we have this wonderful little cutting board. It's called an ulu. It's got a curved blade on this, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a bowl shape in here. And all you do is just rock it along. I saved some of the celery so I could show you what we do. You just rock it over it, and it chops it up in no time. Any size you want it. We love it. If you're interested in one, then I will add it to the recipe with a link to Amazon so you can order one. The next thing we add is pickle relish. Now I use sweet pickle relish, but other people use dill relish, whatever you'd like to do. We add a little bit of that, and that's roughly 2 tablespoons. But here again, do it according to taste. Now, one of the things a lot of people put in their chicken salad are hard-boiled eggs, and you can do that. It is so hot and humid down here that a lot of times the eggs kind of start turning before we finish the chicken salad, even though we do keep it refrigerated. So I usually opt not to do that, but if that's what you like, go right ahead. Instead, I use grapes. So we put grapes in here, and I'll tell you something else I tried one time that turned out really good. Pears. Now we do our home canned pears, so I just grab a few, drain them, and chop them up and put them in there. Oh, wow, are they good. Then you just need to add a little seasoning. We put a little bit of salt in there. Now, I don't like as much salt as the country boy, so he usually salts his afterwards as well. But that's okay. We add some pepper to it. Just a couple good shakes, that's all you need to do. And then, mayonnaise. Now, we use real mayonnaise. Miracle Whip is okay. Salad dressing is okay. But it's a little bit sweet for our taste. So we just use plain old mayonnaise. And I have quite a bit here. Probably 2 or 3 tablespoons. So I just take a little bit out. And I do it until it moistens it. I don't like a whole lot of mayonnaise in my salad. Some people love a whole lot. So, we just put in what we need to. We stir it all up. And the beauty of it is, with a few sides, you have a wonderful meal here. In this case, a lot of times what we do is we eat black olives and cheese and everything else. For tonight, we're just going to serve it with crackers and some fruit. It's already getting really, really hot out here. So we want something cool and refreshing and healthy. So all you do is plate it up. Now, how long did that take me? 5 minutes? I'll be honest, it took me about 7.5 minutes to chop everything up and prepare it. But here you go. You've got chicken salad, a perfect meal. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. I will have a link on my website for the recipe, and I'll add a few things that you can add if you prefer. And I hope you really enjoy it. We'll see you next time on the porch.